We came here to chew bubblegum and watch one of the greatest sci-fi movies of all time.
And we're all out of bubble gum. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Paul,
I'm Diet Dr. Paul.
and together we are Rotten Taters.
And I should have brought my sunglasses.
You should have. We could do some, and I got a model kit in there. One of the aliens saying, father, son, boomer, millennial, talking about movies, all kinds of movies, comic books, travel, special effects. I mean, father, son, talking about important issues in life, and the same way that we hope you do with your father, son, mother, father, whatever kind of stuff. We get
Yeah, you
together.
mother fathers.
Yeah. So we today.
Blast from the past.
Yes.
To John Carpenter's greatest film of all time.
There are people that believe that.
Oh, wrong movie. It's They Live.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, I get what you did there.
See, people thought for 2 seconds we were going to be talking about Halloween, but who wants to talk about that boring ass movie?
You know, Kurt Russell was not first in line for Escape from New York.
Well, who was?
He came in at the last minute.
Who was?
I read it on the internet the other day, and my Alzheimer's, I've forgotten.
Michael J. Fox.
No, but there are people that say that They Live is considered his best film, even though it was pretty much panned when it first came out, and it was panned for its social commentary kind of stuff. And it was, of course, back during the Reagan administration and Reaganomics and the whole thing that consumerism and what we're doing to people and turning people into zombies kind of stuff. Give a little synopsis. You're good at that.
I'm terrible at this part. I'm really bad at these synopses. You should see how long it takes me to write them. But anyway, this one is about I guess he's he's homeless.
He's homeless, essentially.
But he's just sort of like a
job
traveler, if you will. And he goes from job to job doing construction, if you will, and ends up in this big city and ends up getting on this construction crew. And in the midst of it, he's living in this little shanty town and ends up stumbling upon this sort of like alien conspiracy by finding these glasses that when you put the glasses on, the veil is lifted and we can see all of these things that the aliens are doing behind the scenes.
To change and program us. So it's like we'll see a billboard and it'll be an advertisement for a soft drink. And instead, when you put the glasses on, it'll be like obey,
yes,
or consume, or, that kind of stuff. And it's all about sort of turning people into these programmed sort of, robots and cattle.
Consumers.
Kind of
yes, that's exactly what they are.
Yeah. The cast on this, the trio on this that makes the film is Keith David, Roddy Piper, and Meg Foster, and
the big three.
Yes. Yeah, they really is that trio is just kind of amazing. These hot takes, the structure of this is what's good, what's bad, what's our verdict. So I'd like to kick us off on this one since you did on our last episode.
I do declare.
I think, first of all, those three individuals. I mean, Roddy Piper was a wrestler, and he really just is
Roddy Piper,
an action hero. It's hard to watch John Carpenter's films because he's used Kurt Russell so much that you can't sort of help to think, was Kurt Russell in the sort of that sort of archetype that Roddy, the character that he plays. Keith David is also, he's a national treasure, and just how he how he sells the role. It could have been a throwaway, but he really makes it. He gives breath to that. And then Meg Foster, there ought to be a law against having eyes that look like Meg Foster.
Right? I was just about to say that.
Uh-huh.
She got cat eyes or something.
It is really kind of just amazing, this kind of bluish that she has. But you just can't take your eyes off of her. But those the three the actors in that. The story is surprising And the social commentary, I'm really drawn to that social commentary. And it's also a film that I think is just as fresh, its comments on the world today as it was in 1988. That we have, in fact, in some ways, you could build the argument
More so.
that social media, we don't need aliens to turn people into autotrons. Social media has done that for us and turned us into consumers, and we don't have, we have so little connection, real human connection among people right now. Somebody might have a phone that says they have 1,000 followers, but they don't talk to a single human being in person,
Yeah, all day.
all day long, kind of stuff. And so we really have, we've sort of done the aliens job for them. The set design is just surprising with the glasses, and the alien creature design is just really kind of nice. It is in this category. We've seen this category of film so much. The not the Night of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead?
No, the one where they're coming. The pods that you're going to edit all of this stuff out.
No, this is part of the
You
podcast.
like me to look stupid in this show,
No, this
don't
is
you?
part of the podcast. Are you talking about like Cocoon or something like that?
No, they did it in the 50s with Kevin, I can't remember his last name, and then they did it again. Leonard Nimoy did a remake of it, Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes, it's
Same
the
kind
other
of
one.
thing. And but that same theme has been in so many films, but a lot of that has been really sort of a commentary on communism and the threat. Somebody coming in and you don't really know who your friends are. That's
Might be
played up
commies.
in other films that Carpenter has done. So, but yeah, I thought it was fresh, even though somebody could say, "Oh, we've seen that before in Invasion," but I think it was very, very fresh.
Yeah, it is the most unique, one of a kind alien invasion film, because it's not an alien invasion film from like, oh, how are they going to invade? No, the invasion's already happened. It's how do you take care of the invasion, and it's done through, like you said, when he puts the glasses on, it's just this surreal, lifeless world, and then you put them on, or you take them off, and the world comes back. But it's one of the most entertaining, one of the most fun, one of the most overtop, and it is one of the most quotable movies in cinema history. That line is so damn good. I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
And do you know if that was scripted or was that just ad lib?
I think he ad libbed those. I think he ad libbed a lot of his lines in it, but like when he's at the grocery store and he calls the lady ugly, he just got these nice one-liner quips, and you believe it with him. It's got the epic ass 6-minute alleyway fight over a box of sunglasses. Put on the damn glasses. And you believe every minute of it. But it's just like, who can get away with a 6-minute fist fight? His name's not John Wick, and there's 2 dudes in the whole thing. It's 2 dudes in an alleyway. They're not breaking boards. They're not high flying. It's just dudes in an alleyway. But it works. I don't know what it was about this film. It's one of those perfect storms. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't work. It's an 80s movie about aliens, and it's just a mask when it boils down to it. The aliens in the movie, it's just a mask, and it's not a very good mask, but some strange damn reason it works. And I don't know what genie in a bottle he rubbed on, but I enjoy it wholeheartedly.
So it is a
perfect film.
Perfect film.
Perfect
with
film.
Nothing negative whatsoever.
I mean, there's a couple things.
Oh, well, what's the bad?
I don't know.
Well, you mentioned the 6.5 minute fight.
Yeah.
In a good way, and I'm kind of on the other end of that it got a little tiring after a while.
Loser.
No, and I who doesn't want to see a good fight, but it was, you think it's over and it's not over, and you think it's over and it's not over. And
it has like 4 or 5 times that they stop.
Yeah. And subsequent viewings of the film, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of tempted to fast forward and like, okay, we got that. How
dare you?
Yeah, I know. I like that John Carpenter scores his own films. And he did have a hand in this scoring, but it's one of the least memorable scores of all of things that he. I think. I mean, obviously, we always know about Halloween, and we know about the uh, uh, the Fog, which is a kind of a brilliant, and then Escape from New York
Mhm.
in L.A. This one, it's not on my turntable.
It is very generic soundtrack. And I feel like there's just two main songs in it, that bumping song, and then there's one with like a piano synth that's really shrill, and you just kind of alternate between the two.
Yeah, it's also somewhat it's not an optimistic film. The ending is not
No, no,
optimistic,
no.
um, because when you make a social commentary, you talk about Dawn of the Dead and how that's and some people we would say it's probably one of the greatest horror films ever made, and its message about consumerism and survival, but at the end of the movie, despite everything that happens at the mall, you still feel encouraged, kind of stuff. At the end of this movie, I kind of felt like that, Roddy Piper character is like, okay, we're all screwed here, and he just sort of flips the world off at the end.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, it was. So from that standpoint, this is not a movie that you're going to walk away from the theater feeling, gosh, let's go to the Pancake House and it's like go home and eat worms and die.
It is very, very nihilistic. And it's a 1980s movie, so you get a lot of the 1980s things, which you could probably process under the bad aspect of things. Is yes, it's got some generic feel to it. There are some action sequences where they're just not very realistic. They're not very believable. They're like in mass produced. And so you do get a little bit of that. And unfortunately, that just comes with the territory of a genre film in the 80s, especially a John Carpenter film. You get some of that low budget feel, which is not going to be for everybody. But I don't know that people are sitting down to watch this for that reason, which I do think so. You can kind of overlook it a little bit.
I think that reviewers or audiences were not, I mean, they weren't used to genre films, actually being about something,
Hmm.
as opposed to, oh, the dinosaur eat the folks and they die kind of stuff. Night of Living Dead was about something. Dawn of the Dead was about something. This movie has, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers was certainly but most of the genre films, sci-fi or horror, were throwaways, something you go to a drive-in. And because I think, like, why would people reject this movie when it first came out for its social commentary? I think it wasn't so much for the social commentary as much as it was, you're acting kind of uppity for a genre film.
Yeah.
Just be what you gotta be, and
Stop having something to say.
pass the popcorn kind of stuff. So,
Right.
yeah, because that resonates with me even today. Like I said, so.
It's sort of a topic or idea that seemed to have been around for a while, so it seems pretty universal at this point, the yoke of the oppressor type deal. So I don't know why it would have been sort of a shocking theme for people or something for them hard for them to understand. I don't understand that.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuddy duddies.
yeah. So, anything else, or do you want to jump to the
To the
verdict?
The verdict
All right,
on your super hard
I'm gonna
scoring.
go on this. I'm gonna give it an 8.
You give this a higher rating than Bring Her Back.
Yes.
Wow. I was expecting you to give it like a 4 or something.
Well, it is a 4. 8 cut in half is 4. I did the math in my head.
So what's the score?
It's an 8.
I thought you said it. I'm so confused by how
I
you're
said I
doing
was
it.
going to be more. I'm always going to divide my score in half and think about if I was doing it on a 5-point scale.
Mhm.
And so, 3.5 on a 5-point scale is a really good film.
Mhm.
3.5 times 2 is 7. That's why I
Mhm.
give it a 7. This one is even slightly better.
Okay.
Watchability kind of stuff.
It's more upbeat.
It is, and the characters are and it is much more of a positive and less visceral kind of stuff.
Yes, I would give this one an 8 out of 10.
And do you think it is Carpenter's best film?
I don't know if I could say it's his best movie, because I think for me at least there's a difference between my favorite and technically what's the best, because there's technical quality and then what I enjoy the best. I think it's one I enjoy the most.
More than The Thing?
I've just seen The Thing so many times. That's technically probably his best movie. I've just seen it so many times, so maybe I would get more excited about The Thing or They Live Now, but maybe that's just because I've seen it so many times. So maybe that's something to do with it.
He's gold. I mean, I can't think of very many movies. I mean, the Mars, Escape from Mars, that was called.
Escape from John Carpenter's Ghost to Mars.
Yeah, that's probably my least
It's a
favorite
bad
film.
that's a terrible movie that's still enjoyable. I think
Yeah.
that understanding the difference, and that exists. Bad movies exist and can still be incredibly
I
enjoyable.
even liked Village of the Damned, the remake with
Mhm.
Chris Reeves.
Yeah,
So,
I like
but-
that one too.
But I think I would say that The Thing is his best film and the one that I enjoy most, and this would be second.
Yeah,
But I agree with you. It's not as, this doesn't get as much acclaim,
Mhm.
and there are people that, and I think also it's not as available. How many special editions have we done of The Thing that's
Yes.
available, and you don't turn the television set on? Oh, tonight They Live.
yeah.
kind of thing.
You're more likely to see Halloween or The Thing on TV than
Yeah.
you ever would see.
We haven't had any remakes. I mean, we've done remakes of a lot of his films. We haven't done a remake of this.
Yeah, this would have to be. You couldn't do it. You couldn't just throw it together. It'd have to be the perfect actor, the perfect director to do it right.
Maybe our next episode, we need to recast this movie.
That's a lot of work. They would, you know who they would cast in it? That Glenn Powell dude from The Running Man.
Or The Rock. Yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah. What do you think? First of all, have you seen it? We like to bring movies to people that's like, no, I never heard of it, never seen it, or I know of it. I just never took the time to do it. But now that we've listened to you guys and your erudite analysis of this, like, man, we're going to rush right out and buy the Blu-ray.
Or the VHS.
If it even exists on Blu-ray, I don't even know. I have it in a box set, and it was hard enough to find.
I got a VHS copy of it.
Really? Okay, it's probably worth some money.
Yeah, but nobody's going to have it. It's mine.
Yeah. So we hope you look into it, because it's definitely viewable. It's not something that you're going to put on and 20 minutes later you're going to say, I'm done with this.
No, yeah, but you know what you're getting into. You're getting into a John Carpenter film, and I think that comes with certain things, certain expectations.
Yeah. But I think it's well worth your time and energy. And give us some suggestions for some other classic films that you'd like to hear our take on. We're happy to do that. New episode every single week, every single day on TikTok with Diet Dr. Paul.
And twice on Sundays.
And hundreds of thousands of views over there. Throw us some love over here. I think maybe if we just turn the show into the Diet Dr. Paul hour, more people would watch.
The Diet Dr. Paul hour?
Yeah.
Oh. It sounds like a late night show that nobody wants to watch. The Variety Hour.
Yeah.
Some
For my
guy-
next guest.
The Jugglers.
Yeah. Topo Gigio, which only you boomers know who talk about there.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Look it up. That's what the internet's for. Otherwise, put your finger right here. Okay. Move it this way. Okay. Like us, subscribe, that kind of stuff.
You idiot.
I know what you're going to do now. You're going to put it way up high.
We'll make it really little. You can't see it. Or not put it up at all. So we're just doing this to nothing. Anything to make us look stupid.
Be nice to your father. Okay. So, because he lives. All right, anyway, when are we going to see him?
At the movies.
Or the video store?
Kill